Today, 2 local high schools look to advance in Lakeshore Public Media's annual academic tournament that we call Making the Grade. Today, we welcome Valparaiso and Lowell. You're just moments away from this quarterfinal edition of Making the Grade.
Program support comes from NIPSCO.
Honey, who is this guy?
Oh, that's Frank. Hey, Frank.
Honey, why is Frank in our bedroom?
He's showing us ways to save money. Plus, he'll even help us install LED bulbs and new shower heads.
Oh, well, he is leaving before I shower, though, right?
To schedule an energy assessment and learn more about energy usage, visit nipsco.com.
Frank, could you hand me a towel?
Lakeshore Public Media and Making the Grade are supported by Chick-fil-A, proudly serving our Northwest Indiana community, helping to support education and developing young minds. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, located in Maryville in front of the South Lake Mall.
It's season number 7 of Lakeshore Public Media's annual academic tournament that we call Making the Grade. Today, 8 of the best and brightest students in Northwest Indiana look to push their team into the semifinal round. Hello, my name is Andy Schultz, your host today, and in just a few minutes, we will find out who will push into that round. Will it be Valparaiso or Lowell? What's at stake? Of course, the Making the Grade Championship trophy, as well as scholarship money. All right, we will meet our contestants in just a few moments, but we're going to get this game started right now and get some points on the board with our first round that we call Questions and Answers. Pretty simple. I ask the questions, you give the answers. Buzz in if you know the correct answer. If you give it to me, 5 points for your team. If you don't, we'll give the other team a shot at those 5 points. No penalty for an incorrect response. Hands on buzzers, let's get this first round started. And your first 5-point clue. As part of the Commerce Department, the clock on its website says the number of Americans is now more than 320 million. Name either this bureau of the U.S. government or the process it goes through every 10 years. Eva from Lowell.
Census?
That is correct. Census for 5 points, and Lowell is in the lead to start. You can buy a foldable one made of silicone if you spill a lot of coffee near your computer. Name this peripheral device, the most common method of inputting text into a computer. Max from Lowell.
Keyboard.
Keyboard is correct. Lowell with 5 more points, and you jump out to that 10-0 lead. 5 more points coming here. Now that it has finished a fence on its border with Croatia and Serbia, immigration of third world refugees into this country has basically stopped. Name this European country whose capital is Budapest.
Hungary.
Rocco from Lowell.
Oh, sorry, Hungary.
That's all right. No, you were hungry to respond there, and that is correct. 5 points for Lowell, and you jump out to the 15-0 lead. What common animals' main groups include toy, working, terrier? Max from Lowell.
Dog.
Dog is correct. 5 more points for Lowell. What word starting with F describes the grammar tense used for things that haven't happened yet? Sylvie from Valparaiso.
Future.
It is correct. 5 points, and Valpo is on the board for the first time. Jazz greats Herbie Hancock and Chick Corea specialize in playing what musical instrument whose electronic? Rocco from Lowell.
Keyboard.
We will accept that. Yeah, piano is the correct answer, whose electronic versions have fewer. Yes, that's correct. We'll take it. And 5 more points for Lowell. British astronomer Edmund Halley is most famous today for having what astronomical? Sylvie from Valparaiso.
Halley's Comet.
Halley's Comet is correct. Valparaiso now up to 10 points, and they trail by 15. According to Wikipedia, it is already number 4 on the list of all-time best-selling novels, even though it was written less than 20 years ago. Name this first of a 7-book set. Jody from Lowell.
Harry Potter.
Can you be more specific?
Sorcerer's Stone.
That is correct. Also, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, which it was known as in the UK. Very good. 5 more points to Lowell. They began in the Middle Ages as a way to teach Bible stories to people who couldn't read. Name this colorful but breakable art form that can best be admired when light. Sylvia from Valparaiso.
Mosaic.
Incorrect. I'll finish it for Lowell. Go ahead, Jody.
Stained glass.
Stained glass is correct, and 5 more points for Lowell. Name the longtime Wisconsin congressman who became Speaker of the House in 2016. Tim from Valparaiso.
Paul Ryan.
Paul Ryan is correct. There you go, 5 points on a guess, right?
No, of course not.
Oh, no. All right, no problem there. All right, good. Valpo on the board, and they trail by 20. Often located on the steering wheel, what control allows the car to always travel at the same speed? Jody from Lowell.
Cruise control.
Cruise control, that's correct. 5 more for the Red Devils. And that's the end of our first round of play. Lowell with a 40 to 15 point lead, but there are many more points coming in this game. We'll take a break from the game action and take a moment to meet our contestants. Starting on the Valparaiso side, I'm talking to Caitlin, who is a junior. And Caitlin, you're a Cubs fan. So now recall where you were. It was November, Game 7 of the World Series. What was that moment like for you?
Well, I was at home on the couch with a broken foot, so
Okay.
it's pretty memorable.
Pretty easy to be home.
I couldn't jump around, but I was still pretty excited.
And you've been suffering your entire 17-year life, right? That's
Pretty
right.
much.
I'm just teasing. That's great. Well, good. Did you celebrate it all winter then, too?
My family is pretty Cubs-driven, so
Okay.
yeah.
Nice, nice. Bree is a junior at Valparaiso High School, and you're a part of the juggling club.
Yes.
I asked you before the taping if you were any good, and you said no. So what do you actually attempt to juggle then? Probably not knives, I'm guessing.
No, actually, there's quite a few people who are quite impressive with their juggling skills, but there's anything from tennis balls to beanbag pouches,
Nice.
anything anyone brings in.
Anything on fire?
No, I
Okay.
think that's against school code.
Okay. Nice. Good answer for that one. If they're watching there at Valparaiso High School. Tim is a sophomore at Valpo, and you listed before the show on your little personnel sheet that your favorite TV show is Making the Grade.
That's true. My brother was in it for a few years.
Okay.
So every time I'm flipping channels and I see Making the Grade is on,
Okay.
gotta make sure I watch
That
it.
wasn't a sarcastic response then?
No, of course not.
Okay, all right, good. Just checking. And you're a Bears fan too.
That's
so
true.
You also have been suffering in other ways. So.
Making the Grade
Are they going to get better?
than those
That's
Bears
right.
games.
That's right. Well, hopefully your squad has a better future ahead of it than maybe the Bears do. Sylvie is a senior at Valpo High School, and you spent the fall of 2016 in China.
Yes.
Pretty cool. Whereabouts in the country?
I was in Hangzhou, which is inland from Shanghai, about an hour's fast train ride.
Nice.
So central southern, sort of, or eastern southern.
Do you want to go back?
Oh yes, I would love to go back.
Anywhere else in the world that you want to go?
Many, many places, a bit too long of a list for now.
You keep up what you're doing, and I'm sure you'll make it to many places.
Thank you.
Great, Sylvie. Great job, and congrats on being here. The Valpo team is coached by Chantel Melkai. Talking to Rocco on the Lowell side, who is a sophomore, and you play some video games, right? What's your favorite game?
Probably the Tomb Raider series. It has a lot of action and adventure in that, and it's very spectacle orientated.
Do you play the Making the Grade Home Edition game as well?
Can't say I've heard of it.
Available on most consoles, I believe.
Hey, I'll look out for it.
You told me before the show that you eat an apple in its entirety.
Yeah,
Most people throw out the core, you just go ahead and say, no, I'll take that.
What's there not to like about it?
I can think of many things.
My bad.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I just love to hear stuff like that. It's fun. Thanks, Rocco. Glad that you are here. Jody is a senior at Lowell High School, and you gave a big speech at Decathlon State. Tell me a little bit about that.
I did. Everyone's required to give a speech, but I was selected for a speech showcase, so I gave it in front of everyone.
Nice.
And it was actually about public speaking, but I focused more on why people don't speak. So sometimes we tell kids that they can't necessarily say something because they don't know, or girls don't know something about a certain topic. So I focused on that kind of thing.
That's good. That's really good.
Thank you.
Very nice, Jody. Thank you. And Max is a junior at Lowell High School, and you love terrible, scary movies. Now, how terrible? I mean, like A-list, B-list, C-list stars. I mean, how bad does it have to be?
Like sci-fi level movies like Sharknado and Zombiever.
Those are pretty terrible.
Yeah.
That's good. So now do you like have a whole DVR full of those things, or?
No, but usually I just have the Sci-Fi Channel on and I watch it in the background.
Awesome. Very good. Very good, Max. Eva is a junior at Lowell High School, and tell me a little bit about your favorite author.
My favorite author is Chuck Palahniuk, and he is amazing. Imagine Stephen King and George Orwell became the same person, but 40 years younger, and that's him. He is awesome.
Stephen King and George Orwell. That's scary for a lot of reasons.
Exactly,
Absolutely.
yeah, it's terrifying.
Eva, glad that you are here. Good luck to the Lowell team the rest of the way in the tournament. Lowell is coached by Joe Giannotti. All right, moving on with our game, our second round, which is called Pop Quiz. This is a one-on-one competition. It'll be Sylvie and Eva, Max versus Tim, Bree and Jody, Rocco versus Caitlin. We'll cycle around after those 4 questions. Only the person whose turn it is can answer with no conferring with their teammates. Still 5 points apiece, though, in this game. No penalty for an incorrect response. First question for Sylvie and Eva. The novel Little Women begins shortly before what major holiday? Eva from Lowell.
Christmas?
Christmas is correct. 5 more for the Red Devils. For Max and Tim, what tree's species called Jack uses fire to... Max from Lowell.
Pine.
Pine is correct. Jack Pine uses fire to spread their seeds. For Jody and Bree, what Spanish explorer's 1508 visit to Puerto Rico came 5 years before his more celebrated visit to Florida when he was looking for the Fountain of Youth? Bree from Valparaiso.
Cortez.
Incorrect. Jody, want to take a shot? Juan Ponce de Leon. No points awarded or lost there. And it's a bad accent, I know, I'm sorry. Rocco and Caitlin, it's for you. He died at age 38 after a brilliant career that included his musical Of Thee I Sing. Name this American composer who also wrote the music for the opera Porgy and Bess and the orchestral works An American in Paris and Rhapsody in Blue. George Gershwin. George Gershwin. Sylvie and Eva, this one's for you. Former U.S. President Jimmy Carter negotiated an agreement between Sudan and Uganda, named for what capital city of Kenya? Sylvie from Valpo.
Nairobi.
Nairobi is correct. 5 points for the Vikes, and you trail by 30. For Max and Tim, it now allows women to vote, but still doesn't allow them to drive themselves to a voting station. Name this Middle Eastern country where women can now even run for political office. Tim from Valpo.
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia is correct. 5 points for the Vikes. Jody and Bree, this is for you. What word starting with L is the collective term for your suitcases that you take on vacation? Jody from Lowell.
Luggage.
Luggage is correct. 5 more for the Red Devils. You extend your lead to 30. What brand of car, this is for Caitlin and Rocco, sorry. What brand of car has a name that means people's car in German? Rocco from Lowell.
Sorry, Volkswagen.
That's all right. Volkswagen is correct. The VW gets you 5 more points. And Lowell extends their lead after 2 rounds of play, 60-25. Plenty of points at stake here in our next round that we call Class Project. This is group work. You can work together with your team on this one. I will read 3 clues that all lead to the same answer. If you answer correctly after 1 clue, I'll give you 30 points. 2 clues give you 20, and if I read all 3 clues, it's worth just 10. 1 guess per side will give the other side a chance after an incorrect response. Here we go. 3 clues that all point to one answer in the category social studies. Here's your 30-point clue. After it got 13 stars in 1863, this object was called the Southern Cross. No guesses. Here's your 20-point clue. Today, one of the few places you see it is in one corner of the Valpo. Tim.
Oh, the Confederate flag.
Confederate flag is correct. 20 points for Valparaiso. And they closed that deficit by a little bit. I think it's 15 now. Everybody's back in. 3 more clues pointing to one answer. The category science and math. 30-pointer. This object typically includes an accumulation area where snow falls on it. $20-point clue. This object also typically includes an ablation area at a lower height where the snow either melts or evaporates. Eva from Lowell.
A barometer?
It is not barometer. Valpo, want to take a shot here? Go ahead, Sylvie.
A snow gauge.
That is incorrect. I'll give the 10-point clue now for everybody. This large and very cold object, created from snow that compresses Max from Lowell.
Glacier.
Glacier is correct. 10 points for Lowell, and you extend your lead one more time. Last 3 clues of this round, all pointing toward one answer in the category Literature and Language Arts. Here's your 30-pointer. She once said her goal in life was to be the Jane Austen of South Alabama. $20-point clue. That goal was reached in 1960 with her first novel, which became a bestseller and Pulitzer Prize winner. Tim from Valparaiso.
Harper Lee.
Harper Lee is correct. 20 points for Valparaiso, and that is the end of our class project round. All right, checking in on the scores, we now have a 5-point game. Valparaiso using that round very effectively to close the gap to just 5. And there's tons of points at stake in our final round that we call Final Exam. 6 categories, 5 questions each, worth 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 points respectively. We will answer them in that order. The team that controls the board is the team that answered correctly last, except for this first time, and that is going to be Valpo, because you trail right now on the board, 70 to 65. You can choose where we go. Choose a 10-point clue.
Countries.
Countries. 10-pointer. This country that saw its 63rd government in 70 years come to an end in 2016 with the resignation of Prime Minister Matteo Renzi. Rocco from Lowell.
Brazil.
Not Brazil. Valpo, just a couple seconds left. Tim, go ahead.
Venezuela.
Not Venezuela. We're looking for Italy. Valpo, still your board. Stay there or go somewhere else. Countries, 15. This Central American country's name contains the Spanish word for water. Tim from Valparaiso.
Nicaragua.
Nicaragua, yes. 15 points for the Vikes. You jump into the lead, and the board is yours.
English words.
English words. 10-pointer. Words that end in the Latin suffixes IVE, ORY, ACIOUS, and ULOUS. Sylvie from Valpo.
Adjectives.
Adjectives is correct. Didn't have to finish it. Thanks for saving me on that one. 10 points for Valpo, and you control the board.
English words.
English words, 15-point clue. Different from the word debut, this French word that came to English refers to the first episode of a TV show each fall. Jody from Lowell.
Premiere.
Premiere, yes. 15 points for Lowell, and back and forth we go. You control the board.
Elements.
Elements. It's a 10-point clue. Most of the planet Jupiter is made of this chemical element found in water. Eva from Lowell.
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen, yes, correct. 10 points for you, and the board is still yours.
Elements.
Elements, 15. This precious metals chloride compound is added to cement to reduce mold, while its iodide compound is used to seed clouds by those hoping for rain. Eva from Lowell.
Copper.
Incorrect. Valpo? Go ahead, Bree.
Silver.
Silver is correct. 15 points for Valpo. Was that a guess? If it was a good one. You got the board. You knew it. I knew you knew it. All right, you got the board. You want to stay with elements or go somewhere else?
World history.
World history, a 10-point clue. After this city lost the Peloponnesian War, Rocco from Lowell.
Athens.
Athens is correct for 10. Jumping on the question fast. You now control the board after those 10 points, and we are tied.
Back to
Elements, yes? Yep. Elements, 20-point clue. This trans-uranium element with atomic number 102 is named for the man who invented dynamite. Rocco from Lowell.
Nobelium.
Nobelium is correct, abbreviated NO. 20 points for Lowell, and you control the board, and you lead.
World history.
World history, it's a 15-point clue. This religious figure is said to have sat under a tree in India. Rocco from Lowell.
The Buddha.
That is correct. 15 points for the Red Devils. You extend your lead, and the board is yours again.
World history.
World history, 20-point clue. Some 400 miles long, this road built by the Emperor Trajan connected Brindisi, a town on the Adriatic Sea, with ancient Rome. Eva from Lowell.
The Silk Road.
Incorrect. Valpo? Appian Way. Good for Appian Way. Lowell, you can stay with world history or somewhere else.
Stay.
25-point clue, world history. Its flag is said to have descended from heaven in the early 13th century, some 300 years before King Christian III declared this small Scandinavian country a Lutheran nation. Rocco from Lowell.
Denmark.
Denmark, yes, 25 points for Lowell. And you're up to 165. Where to?
World history.
World history, 30-point clue. We'll wrap it up. This 19th century year saw Sicily fight against the Bourbons, Hungary revolt against the Habsburgs, and France create a second republic after throwing out Louis Philippe. Looking for the year. Rocco from Lowell.
1846.
Incorrect. Valparaiso. Go ahead, Tim.
1893.
Incorrect. We're looking for 1848. Rocco, just 2 years off. Lowell, we are done with world history, but you can tell us where we go.
Elements.
Elements, 25-point clue. This important part of bronze, found in lozenges to fight the common cold, is also used to galvanize iron or steel. Rocco from Lowell.
Copper.
Incorrect. Valparaiso. Bree.
Zinc.
Zinc, yes. 25 for Valpo. Closing the deficit. And where would you like to go, Valpo? Trail by 35.
English words.
English words. 20-point clue. This 7-letter word can mean either thing or a story in the newspaper, or can describe the words a. Bree from Valparaiso.
Article.
Article, yes. 20 more points. You trail by 15. The board's yours.
English words.
English words, 25-point clue. This word from French describes both the green and brown clothing worn by soldiers and the use of paint. Rocco from Lowell.
Camouflage.
Yes, 25 for Lowell. And you remain in front. The board is yours.
Starts with T.
Starts with T, a 10-point clue. A 3-pronged spear used for fishing. Bree from Valparaiso.
Trident.
Trident, yes. 10 points for you and the board.
English words.
English words, 30-point clue to wrap up the category. This 2-syllable word for a big something you plan to do can also mean if you emphasize a different syllable to estimate how things will be in the future. Project or project. Yeah, it's weird the way I read it there. All right, done with English words. Valpo.
Countries.
Countries. It's a 20-point clue. Lake Paupo, now totally evaporated, was halfway between this South American country's capital cities, La Paz and Sucre. Tim from Valpo.
Bolivia.
Bolivia, 20 points. Board is yours. You trail by 10.
Starts with T.
Starts with T for 15. This word came to English from Dutch and means to tell your mom that your brother's doing something wrong. Rocco from Lowell.
Tattle.
Tattle, yes. 15 for Lowell. You extend the lead. You have 205 in the board.
Starts with T.
Starts with T, 20-point clue. Give the 4 words that complete Shakespeare's phrase. To be or not. Rocco from Lowell.
To be. That is the question.
Yes, we will take it. 20 points. That is the question. To be or not to be, that is the question. 20 points for Lowell, and you've got the board.
Art.
Art. 10-point clue. This Da Vinci painting has been called the best known. Eva from Lowell.
Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa. 10 more for Lowell. Where to?
Art.
Art, 15. If you have paint in 3 primary colors, but need to paint the leaves on a tree, mix these 2. Sylvie from Valpo.
Blue and yellow.
Blue and yellow for 15. You're up to 195, and you trail by 40. Where to?
Countries.
Countries. 25-point clue. In 2016, Pope Francis canonized the priest José Gabriel de Rosario Broquero, who suffered from leprosy but continued to minister to people in this country where Pope Francis was born. Tim from Valpo.
Argentina.
Argentina, yes, for 25. Just a few moments left to go in the game. Where to?
Countries.
Countries, 30 points. This nation's border with China is marked by the mountain K2. Rocco from Lowell.
Nepal.
Incorrect. Valpo. Pakistan. Pakistan. Valpo, your board.
Starts with T.
Starts with T. 25. This kind of paint is made by mixing the color you want. Eva from Lowell.
Tempura.
Tempura is right. 25 for Lowell and the board. Less than a minute to go in the game. Art, 20-point clue. Mexican artist Diego Rivera is famous for this art form, a large painting. Eva from Lowell.
Mural.
Mural is correct. 20 more for the Red Devils and your board.
Art.
Art, 25. This term describes powdered color before paint is... Eva from Lowell.
Pigment.
Pigments. You must be an artist. 25 for Lowell. Go ahead. Where would you like to go? Wrap up the category?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. 30. This giant Botticelli painting's title character, said to have come forth fully grown from sea foam. Rocco from Lowell.
Venus.
Can you be more specific?
Venus de Milo.
Incorrect. Valpo. Looking specifically for birth of Venus. All right. It is your board, Lowell.
Elements, please.
Elements, 30. Give the atomic number of the newly named element, oganesson, currently the heaviest element in the periodic table. Sylvie from Valparaiso.
107.
Incorrect. Lowell, want to take a shot? Rocco.
240.
We're looking for 118. And that's the end of our game. And by a score of 305 to 220, Lowell is moving on to the semifinal round of this edition of Making the Grade. Congrats to both teams on a great run in this tournament, and we will see you next time on Making the Grade.